Today we're out for the first drive, so it's going to be on road, then we're going to be doing a bit of off-road, and to start with, we're starting with this car. Sorry guys, this is the Lexus that we've been assigned. The number 7. My lucky number. Let's
Oh, the wrong button.
cool, man. One of the easiest cars to get in. Let's start this up. We've got some water and some food for the way. Get in, bro. Let's head. We are now driving to Maliha Cafe, which is about 41 kilometers down. Good tarmac roads. And then post that, we're gonna go to Nara campsite, which is gonna be a good bit of off-roading. Also, we'll get to see some wildlife there. A good way to experience the car in both sort of environments that it is designed for. A good drive ahead. Overall, right now, since I'm sitting, I'm used to a more sit-down position in the car that I normally drive as a daily driver. But in this, it feels like I'm driving the car from my balcony. It's just an open view of things, of the road, my side view. Look at the shoulder line here. This is something that you don't get to see in most cars, but then you're driving the 700H, you're sitting in on the first floor and driving your car. It is a very commanding view and a commanding road presence that the car already has. So we've reached Maliha Cafe. The first test that we had is the parking test. 2 inches here, 3 inches over there. We had to close the mirror to get in here. But the 360-degree camera view that this car has helped us put this mammoth of a vehicle into its parking spot. We are now en route to Nara Desert Camp, and for a change, I'm in the back seat and Mayur there is driving. Is because apart from the driver comfort and how the car feels while you're driving it, it's also equally important how your passengers feel when in the back seat. I'm 6 feet tall, good amount of legroom, as in excellent amount of legroom in the back. I have space here just underneath the seat where I can put my feet in. There's a good amount of under thigh support as well. These are electronically adjustable seats for the second row, and there is a third row which is currently occupied by our bags. But they're not just seats out here, there are also a plethora of things that you can fidget around with while you're on the back seat. To start with is the 12.3-inch infotainment system here. So you have 2 screens here, one here and the other there for the second passenger. You also have controls for your air condition here, and just below that are your ports for Type-C, HDMI, also a earphone jack. Something that you don't see on phones anymore is available on this car. I like this flap. It's a neat touch. It's just a cover just for your ports, but it's a soft close one. That is attention to detail. There's also your aircon vents here. Normally you'd have them on the door, but they're right here. There are mics here on top and speakers. So speaking of speakers, this is Mark Levinson sound system for the Lexus LX700H. There are 24 speakers that are hidden around the car. These right here are also panels that can be taken out and other added accessories can be put in. Honestly, I do not like being on the passenger seat. I do not like even being on the rear seat of a vehicle. I like or prefer the driver's seat. But here, for a change, in the back seat of the LX700H, surprisingly, it's comfortable. And I'm not really that claustrophobic as well, because I have a good view of the road ahead of me. There are manual blinds here that I can put up if it gets too sunny outside, and the air condition and the acoustics with respect to the music system is brilliant. So yes, this is also a place which is comfortable in the LX700H. Not bad, Lexus. So we have reached the Nara Desert Camp. Out here, there's a small bit of halt because we'll be adjusting the air pressure in the wheels here, like the gentleman is already doing over there, so that our wheels have better grip out there on the desert sands, because lower air pressure will have much more traction. The weight of the car will spread out even. It is now my favorite time of the evening, because now we're going to get off the tarmac road and go on to the desert roads, off-road. That's what I'm here for. I'm just going to enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy it with me. The Lexus 700h has 3 differential locks: front, rear, and also a center diff, which we are currently running on. We are running on 4 high because we're still on the tarmac road, but it's quite essential that on loose surfaces like the desert sand or even on snow, you have your differential lock in place so that one wheel, if that loses traction, the other 3 wheels will support it. And in some cases, even if 3 wheels lose traction, the 4th wheel is still providing some power to the grip that it has. And that's exactly what we're going to be testing out now on the loose surface of the desert sand that we're going to be driving. So this is the last bit of tarmac, and we're going to start going off-road right from here. We're currently running 15 psi. That's the air pressure in the tires. These are 22-inch road rims. They're big rims that we're going to be using for this off-road bit. It's not even on an off-road setup of tires. Despite that, if you're going to be pulling this off, it's going to be neat. In this case, we should also have a mic on Mayur. That is much more fun to listen to than me, because I'm going to be concentrating on the driving here. Not even crossed 3000 RPM. It does feel that I'm driving on a loose surface, but the car is doing this effortlessly. A lot of us guys out here are driving the car on the desert surface for the first time. Despite that, we haven't had one person who's got stuck so far. It's not the driver here, it's the car that's working the magic. It's been able to identify the terrain automatically. It's on sand mode right now. I did not drive the car anywhere beyond 2000 RPM. That's really neat. It was doing it really comfortably. And post that, when I did start gunning it, it really felt like this is where it belongs. But it's a Lexus, so they have tweaked it a little so that it's comfortable when you drive it on road. And because it's a Lexus, you also have a lot of luxury in it. Essentially, if you are in Dubai, if you are a person out there to have an off-roader which is an all-rounder, comfortable, also very capable out there, this is the car for you. So now we are done with our off-roading event. I had not much to say while I was doing it, is because I was just sending it. As this guy.
It was fun.
I was just enjoying it out there. And what a car to drive out there in the sand. This is essentially a car you can go off-roading or sand duning during the weekends, and during the week, go to work, be nice, subtle, classy, and then weekends go all wild. We've reached the Nara Desert Camp. We're parked here. That's where some of the event is going to be. Those things that you see out there, that's where we're going to be staying. Let's check out some of the setup that they have for us here. So yes, it's been a long day, but an eventful day with the 700h. I have honestly just enjoyed myself putting the car through its paces, out on the road, out in the desert. I was just sending the car. My ears probably enjoyed or maybe traumatized by that experience, but I enjoyed it. The car is beautiful. But we haven't really discussed much about the car because we are at the end of the day. We've had a lovely dinner. There was a fire show for us, and we've sort of concluded the day. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off early when it's breaking dawn, capture some very good sunrise shots, and also talk more about the car, understand what is newer in this newer generation LX700h, which is for the first time that Lexus has introduced this series in the year 2025. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna go to bed now and see you guys in the morning. Morning, 6 a.m. We did decide to go for a shoot in the morning, but there's one challenge. The challenge is we had to leave our keys in the cars. We are hoping that they haven't locked the cars. They set it up here while we were having dinner here. And the moment of truth. It's unlocked, it's unlocked. Let's go, let's go. Let's talk about the Lexus 700h. Now, all this while we've been on the road, let's have the car stationary here, positioned across this beautiful landscape. What the temperature? It's still cooler, so I have a jacket on. Last few days of winters in Dubai. Anyway, let's start with the design. The front grille, as you can see, is massive now. The chrome texture that you have is very prominent as compared to the other ones. You can opt for a different sort of grille as well, but yeah, it's much more bigger than the older 4th generation of the Lexus series. The headlamps are much more sleeker. I personally have always loved the design language of Lexus, the grille especially, and they've done a wonderful job with it. Over to the side, you can opt for a footrest, but then this chrome texture here is again as an add-on package. This is what comes with the car. This is something that has been added on. On the top as well, you get the roof rails. You have this chrome texture here, which is again something that would come with the older one, but with the newer one, it's slightly much more prominent as compared to the old one. Apart from that, you get 360 cameras here, which were also there in the old one. But in this camera series, or in this series, the 5th generation, the cameras we found were much more sharper, clearer. It's not like you're going to do any photography with it, but navigating out on the desert or when you're off-roading, also in low light situations, they help quite a bit. So that's nice. Exterior wise, changes might not be that significant, but everything that has happened or has changed about the car is all on the inside. Starting from the engine to the interior has been refined. So let's start with the engine. Now, in the Lexus LX series, this is the first hybrid system. It's powered to a small battery pack which sits at the back. There is an electric motor which sits between the engine and the gearbox, which is, I believe, a very nice way to distribute weight around the car. Seems a lot of complex thing to be working on when it comes to repairs, but then this is Lexus. They're extremely reliable, and Lexus and Toyota have been the pioneers when it comes to hybrid technology. They have perfected it, and we have it now in the Lexus 700h. It derives 457 horsepower and 790 Newton meters of torque, all being churned out from a 3.5 litre V6 turbocharged engine. There's nowhere, anywhere out on the road or even out in the desert that when we were pushing out the car, we felt that the power was anywhere lagging. Yes, when you're driving it in a normal or eco mode, you feel a bit of turbo lag, but then you put it on sports mode and you can just go all out. It's beautiful. Let's jump in inside and talk about the interiors. Yeah, the interior still looks good though, and it's typical Lexus, the way it's been designed. There's leather almost everywhere that you touch. There's soft leather here on the handlebars or grab handles. Piano finished plastic here for the buttons. We have 2 displays here, one bigger one out here, and this is for controlling your aircon, other systems around the car, or car settings. This is purely for your navigation and also for your car settings. Seats, the front 2 seats are cooled. Also the rear seats are cooled, but also you get massage seats for both the front passenger and the driver. So yesterday while we were out there sand duning, post everything, when we came back, I think the last 10 minutes, me and Mayur both had a good massage while we were driving the car. It was very relaxing. We have an HDMI input port here. There are 2 Type-C ports out here for your charging as well as for your wired navigation. The center console or the center handles can be opened both ways. I've always loved this. I mean, this is what Lexus and Toyota do. They're just very well thought of, practical cars. The amount of storage space, both on the front door, there's enough space here for my bottles, my wallets, things to be there in the door. There's more than enough space in the glove compartment for the things to be stored. Look at this. These are manuals. You can say half of UA's library is there right now. And then there is more space here. Oh, the bottles of water here. We have just discovered a new location, new achievement unlocked. There's also a sunroof, and it's wide enough that I can get out. If I can get out of a sunroof, it's wide. You have buttons here, which you can use for the second row, third row, or you can just fold on all of them. Let's go with all, shall we? The second row just jumped down. And this has been the first drive of the Lexus LX700h at the Cornea Impression. For more such content around first drive of cars, around tech and for bikes, subscribe and like. And if there's anything in particular that you guys would like us to cover, do leave us a comment. This is Aurelius signing off.